you should be really, really worried, concerned, and cautious about whatever they want.
Yeah.
The reality is, from what I've learned, what I've seen, what I've heard and experienced especially through the Parents Network, is about putting photographs of your kids online, especially now with this.
Parents, listen carefully. You should be extremely cautious about sharing photographs of your kids online. And right now, it's more important than ever. The risks are real, and ignoring them can have lasting consequences. Just ask Prince Harry. His own wife, Meghan Markle, recently defied him by posting a full picture of their daughter Lily on Instagram, directly contradicting his public warnings about children in social media. The timing couldn't be more striking. Only days after Harry's impassioned plea about online safety, this post appeared. It's a stark contradiction. While he warns about risks and advocates for caution, Meghan moves forward, putting their child's face into the public domain. The hypocrisy is impossible to ignore. What message does this send? It undermines everything Harry has publicly campaigned for. Social media today is no longer a simple platform for sharing moments. With AI technology surging, once images are online, they can be manipulated, duplicated, and spread uncontrollably. Privacy is no longer guaranteed, and parents have to navigate this new reality carefully. Harry recognized this. He made it his cause, insisting that children's privacy comes first. Yet Meghan's actions suggest she has other priorities: engagement, attention, and online traction. It's also revealing in terms of family dynamics. Harry's outburst at the NBA game earlier this year makes more sense in this context. The red line had been crossed. For him, the well-being of his children is a serious matter. For Meghan, social media is a tool, and the children are a part of the strategy. It's particularly noticeable how she favors Lily in her posts, while Archie remains largely absent. The implications are clear. She sees Lily as a future driver of visibility, a centerpiece for her own social campaigns. Sources close to Meghan have tried to rationalize the contradiction, arguing that sharing carefully curated images aligns with advocating for better online safety. But Harry himself has consistently opposed exposing kids at all. Harry's frustration is understandable. He has spent months warning parents about the dangers of exposing children online, highlighting the risks of overexposure in a world dominated by unregulated social media and AI technology. And yet, here we are. Meghan has posted full, unmasked pictures of Lily, making a public spectacle of their daughter. This isn't just about Instagram likes. This is a direct clash between advocacy and action. Harry's words no longer carry weight because they are contradicted by his own household. It's not hard to see why this has caused tension. For Harry, privacy isn't a concept. It's a principle he has built his recent public life around. He has been vocal about protecting children from digital exposure, warning that images once online can be used in ways parents never intended. Yet Meghan's behavior shows a different set of priorities. Engagement, clicks, and visibility are her driving forces, and the children, particularly Lily, are caught in the middle. It paints a very stark picture of the dynamic within their marriage. Harry trying to uphold principles, Meghan prioritizing influence. Observers and commentators have noted the disparity. Tory Buck wrote about Harry's lecture to parents, warning them against posting images of their children, and contrasted it with Meghan's Instagram post just days later. The hypocrisy is palpable. Social media campaigns and carefully curated public images are one thing, but showing a full, identifiable child directly contradicts Harry's messaging. It reveals the uncomfortable truth. Harry is losing control over the narrative in his own family, and Meghan is asserting her authority. It's also worth noting how this affects the children themselves. Lily has become the center of Meghan's social media strategy, appearing in multiple posts, while Archie remains largely in the background. From birthday posts to videos, Lily takes the spotlight, clearly positioned as the primary figure for engagement. While Harry worries about privacy, Meghan seems to recognize the potential for visibility and influence. It's a stark reflection of the differing values between the two parents, one focused on safety, the other on attention. Even their public advocacy illustrates this divide. Harry has repeatedly emphasized the dangers of online exposure, speaking to parents, media outlets, and advocacy groups about protecting children in a digital age. Meghan, on the other hand, continues to cultivate visibility, using her children to enhance engagement and maintain her public profile. The contradiction is impossible to ignore. It's no longer a debate about privacy. It's a debate about control, influence, and whose priorities take precedence. Sources also highlight the tension within the broader Parents Network campaigns. Harry has consistently argued that sharing images of children online should be a matter of extreme caution, while Meghan's actions suggest she sees social media as a tool for brand building. Even the supposed compromise that privacy is about choice and control, not absence, falls apart when full-faced photographs of children are posted publicly. Harry's advocacy has effectively been undermined by the very person who shares his platform. This situation isn't just about celebrity parenting, it's about the real-world consequences of public exposure in an age of AI and digital permanence. Images posted online can be replicated, altered, and shared in ways parents can't predict. Harry's warnings are grounded in reality, but Meghan's posts reflect a different agenda: visibility at all costs. The impact on the children, especially Lily, as the primary focus, raises important questions about consent, boundaries, and family dynamics. Ultimately, this conflict exposes a fundamental rift in the couple's relationship. Harry's commitment to protecting his children clashes with Meghan's desire to leverage them for engagement. It's a vivid demonstration of how personal priorities, public perception, and digital culture collide, and how children can become unwilling participants in the struggle for attention and control. The fallout is evident. Harry's public image as a protector of children is compromised, and Meghan's influence over the narrative grows stronger. Regardless of his objections, this is more than a family disagreement. It's a reflection of the complexities modern families face in the digital age, magnified under the public eye. As Harry continues to advocate for online safety, Meghan's actions remind us that intentions, control, and priorities often clash, especially when fame, money, and influence are involved. The tension between Harry and Meghan isn't just about social media posts, it's a reflection of a deeper struggle for control, influence, and public perception. Harry's mission has always been clear: protect children, advocate for responsible digital behavior, and use his platform to highlight risks. Meghan's approach, however, paints a very different picture. She sees social media as a tool, a stage, and her children as part of the story that fuels engagement. Observers have noted the stark contrast. While Harry warns parents about online dangers, Meghan consistently showcases Lily, framing her as the centerpiece of her public image. Archie, by comparison, is largely absent from these posts, creating an unspoken hierarchy that critics say underscores Meghan's priorities. The choices in what is shared, how, and when reveal a deliberate strategy: visibility and influence take precedence over privacy and discretion. This isn't just about Instagram likes. It's about messaging, branding, and legacy. Harry's advocacy is undermined when the very child he wants to protect is displayed publicly. The contradiction is glaring, and it's one that has fueled speculation about the couple's relationship. Sources close to the family suggest that Meghan has always operated with a certain independence. Her decisions on social media are made with little consultation, reflecting her belief that engagement and visibility are essential. Harry, meanwhile, feels constrained, frustrated, and increasingly sidelined. Even within the broader social media debate, this dynamic raises important questions. When high-profile figures advocate for child safety but then act in ways that contradict their warnings, it sends mixed messages. For the public, it's confusing. For parents trying to follow guidance, it's discouraging. And for the children involved, it introduces real-world risks that can't be undone once photos are online. The issue extends beyond individual posts. Harry's previous speeches and interviews warned that images shared online can be misused, altered, or even exploited in ways that parents cannot control. With unregulated AI technology advancing rapidly, this concern is more pressing than ever. Meghan's decision to post Lily's face without masking or privacy safeguards amplifies these risks. While some argue that curated posts are harmless, the reality is that once a child's image is public, it can circulate far beyond intended audiences. Critics have also highlighted the inconsistency in the couple's public messaging. Harry speaks passionately about responsibility and caution, yet Meghan's posts suggest a different set of priorities: visibility, clicks, and brand building. The public sees two contrasting narratives, one of advocacy and one of exhibition. And in this clash, Harry's credibility is at stake. He can't preach caution while his family appears to disregard it, especially in the digital spotlight. Meanwhile, the children themselves are caught in the middle. Lily, as the focus of Meghan's social media, becomes a symbol of influence and engagement, while Archie's minimal presence suggests a quieter role. The imbalance isn't just about exposure, it reflects parental priorities and, possibly, the internal hierarchy of attention and affection. Public perception, critics argue, is shaped as much by what isn't shared as by what is at its core. This conflict underscores the challenge of parenting in the digital age. Fame, influence, and public expectation collide with the need for privacy and protection. Harry's struggle reflects the tension between advocacy and family reality, while Meghan's actions highlight the pressures of maintaining a public persona. Together, they create a high-profile case study of how modern parenthood intersects with media, technology, and celebrity. The fallout is inevitable. Harry's warnings may continue, but Meghan's visibility strategy shows no signs of slowing. The dynamic illustrates a broader lesson. In an era of unfiltered social media, intentions, actions, and public image often collide, and children can become both messengers and pawns in a game they never agreed to play. The public clash over social media isn't just a family become a window into the realities of modern celebrity parenthood. Harry's frustration is palpable. His advocacy for child safety and privacy is undermined by actions that contradict it. Meghan's decisions, on the other hand, reveal her priorities: visibility, engagement, and building a personal brand where Lily becomes the centerpiece. Archie's limited presence only reinforces the perception of imbalance, leaving the public questioning the dynamics behind the curated posts. For Harry, the tension is personal and deeply emotional. He has long spoken about the risks of exposing children online, emphasizing the long-term consequences that parents might not foresee. Every post, every photo becomes a symbol of this struggler to war between public expectation and private conviction. The reality is that once images are online, control is lost. AI, content scraping, and social media algorithms can amplify exposure in ways even the most careful parent cannot anticipate. Harry's warnings are rooted in that reality, yet the contradiction is now impossible to ignore. The situation also highlights a more profound issue: the strain in their marriage. Meghan's choices on Instagram suggest independence and a willingness to push boundaries, while Harry's reaction reflects concern, restraint, and sometimes helplessness. Publicly, he is the advocate, the protector, but privately, his influence appears limited. Analysts argue that this imbalance reflects not just differing priorities, but a fundamental divergence in how they approach family, legacy, and public image. Critics have not been silent. Social media users, commentators, and journalists have noted the inconsistencies, framing the conflict as a lesson in the dangers of mixing personal advocacy with celebrity exposure. The irony is sharp. A man who warns the world about digital risks is now caught in a situation where the very child he wants to protect becomes the focal point of exposure. Meghan's strategy sharing curated, high-engagement posts has amplified public scrutiny, making Harry's messages appear contradictory, if not hollow. Beyond the personal, this conflict also has implications for the royal family's public image. Harry and Meghan's visibility strategy intersects with the legacy of titles, succession, and public expectation. Their choices are not private, they are constantly dissected, analyzed, and debated. In many ways, the digital exposure of their children reflects the modern pressures of royal life. Every image, every post, carries weight, significance, and consequences that extend far beyond a personal moment. Ultimately, the clash serves as a cautionary tale for anyone navigating parenting in the digital age, especially under public scrutiny. Fame, influence, and advocacy collide with the need for privacy and protection, and the consequences are immediate and enduring. For Harry and Meghan, the struggle is ongoing, a balancing act between public persona, personal beliefs, and parental responsibility. What is clear is that the story isn't over. As Meghan continues to post, and Harry continues to advocate, the tension remains, shaping public perception, influencing discussions on child safety online, and highlighting the often contradictory realities of life at the intersection of family, fame, and media. This is more than a debate, it's a window into the complex, sometimes uncomfortable truths of modern parenthood. In the digital spotlight, the tension between Harry and Meghan over social media is more than just a family disagreement, it's become a public spectacle, revealing the contrasting ways they navigate fame, parenting, and privacy. Harry's warnings about exposing children online have always been rooted in genuine concern. He has repeatedly spoken about the long-term risks of sharing children's images in an age of unregulated digital exposure. From AI misuse to viral content spreading beyond control, every photo becomes more than a moment, it's potentially permanent, searchable, and exploitable. Yet Meghan's approach tells a different story. Her posts consistently highlight Lily, crafting a narrative that blends family life with public engagement. Archie, by comparison, appears almost as an afterthought, rarely featured. This imbalance underscores a deeper divergence. While Harry prioritizes privacy and caution, Meghan focuses on visibility, audience engagement, and personal branding. The resulting tension is unmistakable, playing out in full view of the public. This conflict has also exposed cracks in their marriage. Harry's advocacy, though sincere, is challenged by actions he cannot control. Meghan's decisions suggest independence and a willingness to push boundaries, leaving Harry in a difficult position where his words and his influence seem at odds. Publicly, he remains the advocate for child safety, but privately, he must navigate the realities of his partner's contrasting priorities. Observers argue this imbalance reveals not just differing perspectives, but fundamentally different approaches to family, legacy, and media engagement. Critics and the public have not held back. Social media commentators, journalists, and followers have highlighted the irony of a father warning the world about digital risks, while his own children are increasingly exposed online. Meghan's curated high-engagement posts amplify scrutiny, making Harry's cautions appear contradictory. For many, this is a cautionary tale about the challenges of parenting in the digital age, particularly under the lens of fame and public expectation. The situation also intersects with the royal family's broader image. Harry and Meghan's children are not just private children, they are part of a lineage, with titles, public interest, and succession implications. The exposure of Lily and Archie online reflects this unique reality. Every image carries weight, and every post is analyzed by the public and media alike. Balancing parental responsibility with public expectation becomes almost impossible in such circumstances. Ultimately, this story is far from over. As Meghan continues to post and Harry continues to advocate for privacy, the tension persists, shaping how the public perceives them, their children, and the very idea of modern parenting in the digital spotlight. It is a window into the complexities of raising children under constant scrutiny, where personal choices, public perception, and online engagement collide in ways that are unavoidable and often deeply uncomfortable. The lesson is clear. In a world where digital exposure is immediate and permanent, even royal children are not exempt from the consequences. And even well-intentioned advocacy can clash with reality. For Harry and Meghan, the struggle continues, a stark reminder that privacy, celebrity, and parenthood rarely exist in harmony.